Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the STEM Broker Podcast. I'm your host, April Boyd-Noronha, known as the STEM Broker. And yes, I'm just a girl that's also a geek who loves to talk about girls in STEM. For more information about the STEM Broker Podcast, upcoming Girls in STEM events, and professional development training, visit our website, thestembroker.com. If you missed a previous episode, links to all of our shows are on the podcast page on our website. Now, you can also check us out on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram as the handle @thestembroker, and like us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/thestembroker. So if you're on Twitter right now and you have comments or questions about the show, tweet them using the hashtag #TheSTEMBroker. Now, I know you're wondering, what or who is the STEM Broker? Well, we are a consultancy focused on increasing the level of training, engagement, and dialogue in support of all things about girls in STEM. Now, if you've been tuning in every Monday night, then you already know that I have a personal investment in the success of the Girls in STEM initiative as a parent of 3 children, 2 of whom are my daughters, aspiring engineers. So briefly, let me share with you 2 ways to help keep STEM alive in the community. One is to partner with us as an advertiser on our website, thestembroker.com, or 2, sponsor a podcast for as little as $25 a month. To get started, visit our website, thestembroker.com, and click on the donate link, or send me an email at april@thestembroker.com. And remember, we offer training for adults too. Are you a teacher who wants to keep STEM alive, or at least introduce STEM to your students? We got a class on how to do that. Maybe you're a recent or soon-to-be graduate about to test the STEM waters and you need some career guidance. We can coach you on how to get your foot in the door. Or are you an HR professional or an IT recruiter responsible for not only recruiting and hiring a dynamic team, but also maintaining and retaining a diverse IT staff? Yes, we offer customized training for that too. For more information, visit our website at thestembroker.com or email me at april@thestembroker.com to get started. And yes, we can bring the training to you. Do you know of a new startup or a socially responsible corporation that would be a cool site to host a Girls in STEM boot camp or professional development training? Then share this podcast with them and encourage them to contact me at april@thestembroker.com for details. Now, last week I shared my essential takeaways from the Educator Summit that I attended at Burns & McDonnell. If you missed the podcast, no worries. Check it out on our website, thestembroker.com, and just click on the podcast link. Now, for this week's topic, I will share my top 3 back-to-school life hacks for parents. Using the letters BTS of back to school, I've created the life hacks for tonight's podcast. And it's kind of like an early stage survival guide for parents for this school year. So let's get started. The first BTS, back to school life hack for parents, is for the letter B, means be proactive, be informed, and be engaged. Now, with keeping in line with STEM and technology, as a parent myself of 3 children, I've made the internet and its online tools my newest BFF, especially at the beginning of the school year. Before the beginning of every school year, I always take the time to surf the school's website. I look for any new changes in times or uniforms or anything of that sort. I look for last minute updates such as new teachers and staff coming aboard. I even check to see if there's been any change on the district level, such as the staff changes with the school superintendent, new program offerings, or with even initiatives such as STEM. I see if the school or district has earned any awards since the last school year. Now, of course, last but certainly not least, I take a close look at the officially published school year calendar. Yes, I'm already planning in advance for all those teacher professional days, the half days, the early release days, and of course, for the spring break and all those extended national holidays. But now is the time to get in sync with your child's school year, because we all know as parents that they will rule the world for the next few months or so. That school calendar is the go-to thing that will determine the rest of your life for the 2015-16 school year. Now, the second best back-to-school life hack for parents using the letter T in back to school, the BTS, is teacher engagement. Now, as a daughter of 2 retired educators, I have learned all the tricks of the trade when it comes to teacher engagement. And as an educator and a trainer, I strategically use my years of intel to navigate the sometimes murky waters when it comes to teaching someone else's child in the classroom. But as a parent of 3 children, 1 in high school, 1 in middle school, and my youngest in elementary school, I as a parent am faced with the challenge of wearing the multiple hats and sometimes multiple personalities when engaging my children's teachers. Now, first and foremost, if available, I encourage parents to go online and read the teacher's bio, to get their school email address, and if possible, the teacher's classroom phone number. Now, here's a little disclaimer here. No, this is not gathering intel to stalk or badger a teacher when you feel that your child's needs are being disregarded, rather. This instead is the perfect tool or tools to use as a parent to engage your child's teacher. See, while recording all their information for the classroom, equally important is to jot down that teacher's meeting hours, their planning times, and even their supply needs. Now, here's the key here. I know you're wondering, I already dropped off my kids' supplies and school needs. What else do I need? Why would I need to review a list? Remembering you're building the engagement with your teacher. Throughout the year, especially if it's a experienced teacher, they will already know what they'll need in advance. Probably more tissue, more sharpened pencils, more hand sanitizers, things of that sort. Why not be proactive in building that engagement with the teacher and be on the lookout for certain things like that? Just like anyone who has a full load, whether it be at work, at home, wherever, we don't want to be bombarded with issues at just spur of the moment or any given time. So take into consideration the teacher's posted times and days that they have specifically set aside for you. For you, the parent or the guardian. And for me, speaking from both sides of the spectrum, as an educator as well as a parent of 3 children, I know it is the little things that make most of a difference, especially in a teacher's day, especially in the classroom. And I stress this point to all parents that I coach. Respect the fact that a teacher has listed these specific times and dates. It is essentially to help you, as well as them, to better plan and be prepared to discuss matters involving your child's performance during the school year, both good and the not so good. It is what it is, right? But to get further ahead of the curve, jot down the dates of scheduled classroom and school activities. Once again, if posted online, this helps you, the parent or guardian, plan ahead. This helps you budget for these activities and events, such as the picture days, the field trips, the early outs. This helps you parents. Plus, if you know of events ahead of time, you can plan to chaperone or even help prep for that event. Now, can you imagine, just take a moment here. Can you imagine how many cool bonus parent points you can score with your child's teacher? I mean, it's not like you're trying to be their BFF, but I can't begin to tell you how far a little thing like showing up can mean for a teacher. Show up to read to your child's class. This gives your child's teacher a little break. Show up to help prep for an art or a science project that the classroom is working on. I can't tell you how many times I've showed up to cut out shapes or to set out items for the teacher when they simply asked. Another simple thing you can do is show up to chaperone a field trip if you have the time, because a teacher can always use an extra pair of eyes. Trust me, been there and done that. But these simple steps in turn will help keep you, the parent, engaged with your child's teacher. See, the key here is, should an issue arise, the teacher will be more willing to work with you and your child instead of automatically escalating the situation. I've seen it, been there and done it many times over the year as an educator. And as a parent, I've seen where a phone call or email has helped to shift a situation from bad to better through simply communicating. Once, though, the key here, once a rapport has been established with the teacher. One thing I know for sure, if a teacher knows that a parent or guardian is involved, active, and engaged in their child's life, then they will make that much more of an effort to engage not only you, the parent or guardian, but your child in the classroom as well. Now, the third back-to-school life hack for parents using the letter S in BTS or back to school is to set the tone. Once the structure is in place, then all that's left to do is to follow up and simply put the pieces in place. What I mean by this is once you, your child, and the educator are on the same page, all that's left to do is follow up periodically to make sure that everyone is still on track. For instance, you, the parents, have already accessed the online tools that I've talked about above previously, in addition to the documents that you've received during the school's Meet the Teacher Night. So you're already armed with any and everything you need to know about what's going to happen in the school year. And armed with this information, next, create a calendar and or a timeline with needs to be displayed for all to see. This is not just for you parents or guardians, but for all that support your child's educational progress throughout the year. So that's the grandparents, the other homes that they may stay in for the weekend or what have you. Anyone that is involved in your child's life needs to know or have access to the documents or this calendar that'll set the tone for the rest of this school year. Now, this will better ensure that nothing is missed and that all that support your child's progress through the school year will be informed and prepared well in advance for all school activities, the upcoming tests, the field trips, what have you. See, being prepared early in the year helps set the tone for the rest of the year. We don't want to leave failing a class to chance. There should not be any instances of late or missing homework because we have a plan, the calendar in place to prevent mishaps like this, right? That's the whole point. It helps set the tone. So as parents, it is your responsibility to set the tone because it sets the stage for structure for a successful school year for you and your child. And equally importantly, for the teacher. So there you have it, my top 3 back-to-school life hacks for parents. Now, as the STEM broker, I provide